Hello, are you here to debate?
Yeah, I'm here to debate, man. What's going on?
All right, what's your name and how old are you?
I'm 38, man. My name's Dan.
Okay, what are you here to talk about?
Um, what do you feel about like where the country's going? Like, do you think like it's becoming more left or is it becoming more right? Or what's your point of view on that?
I think the country is moving more liberal, uh, but I don't think it's moving like more to like leftism. I think it's moving more towards liberalism.
You think more liberals are taking over?
Yes, I think the country is moving more into liberalism.
Why do you think that is?
Why do I think it's moving more towards liberalism? Because it gives it allows people who like don't know anything about like leftism a good stopping point, right? So they can like liberally be for social change and then still be cool with capitalism. And that tends to work out for people that have been brainwashed by a capitalist system. They don't have to you don't
But
have to think too hard to be a liberal.
so are you saying you don't want to think too hard, or
I'm not a liberal.
okay, I understand that. I understand that. Um, no, I just feel like things have just gotten so far from the initial impact, right? Um, for instance, like morals and traditions and things like that, right? If you look back in history, even if you do any type of investigation of any sort, the first thing they look at is the source of the impact. And then the evidence and the stories kind of get a little washed down the further you get from the impact. And I
Can
just
you
kind of
can
feel
you
like if
can
you
you
look
point
back
to
on
me
history,
Can you point to me traditional moral values that we're leaving behind that you believe are imperative to maintaining societal structures the way that they are?
as in, what do you mean, like upholding
What are
societal
traditional
structures?
moral values that we are leaving behind as like liberals or leftists that we are leaving behind that you think we should not leave behind?
No, I'm saying like if you, I mean, just talking from a liberal standpoint, they're more open to different things and alternative lifestyles. And when you get into upholding societal structures, for instance, recognizing that transgenderism, uh, that's not upholding societal. We don't really need that. You understand? Like
What is it? I don't care
that's
if I
just
don't care if that we need it or not, right? We don't need PlayStation 5s, but we have them, right? I could care less
well,
about the need.
You said upholding societal structure, right?
Yeah, because it sounds like you're saying that by going into these what you believe to be immoral lifestyles that we are going to see a negative in society. So if you need to point me to some sort of principal harm that happens when we accept trans people or people that are part of the LGBTQIA plus community. Where's the principal
Okay,
harm
that's
coming
a
from
good
that?
example. For instance, you brought up the trans deal, right? It's not more of looking back in the history because it was never done. They're just now recognizing that trans people are they're a whole separate gender, and so now we have the issue of in the future not upholding traditional values, but upholding the traditional values in the future. For instance, what if this transgender person feels like they want to be a female today and a male the next day, and I have a daughter that goes into the public bathroom and we don't know what he wants to be today. Like these are future issues that are in play right now. You
I
understand?
would say who cares? I would say what's the big deal?
No, I mean you would say who cares until it reaches CNN news,
I don't
and
watch
then
CNN.
then we are open for debate whenever the issues
I don't
happen.
care
And
about what
let's be
CNN
honest, the
news
window
says.
is
This
open.
doesn't This isn't saying anything. I don't care about what CNN News says. I could care less. I care about is there
Well, it hasn't
principle? Is there
happened, but
principle?
once it,
Wait, we have gender fluid people now that, and I guarantee you're not going to be able to find any evidence of a gender fluid person causing any issues in a bathroom. I almost
yeah, but what is gender
guarantee it.
fluid though? What is
Gender fluid
I
means
mean,
you
you have a
fluidly.
male and you have a female.
I'm not talking about male.
And
female.
can you recall anything in the past, in the 70s, of gender fluidism?
Yes.
Give me an example of 1965 where gender fluidism was a thing.
Gender fluid as a gender fluid.
Concept.
Yeah, gender fluid as a term is relatively new, but the concept of somebody who would move between who didn't have like a fixed point in their gender identity and can easily move between like feminine and masculine presenting genders. This isn't new. This has been a recognized thing since like
that sounds more like alpha male and beta male though. But once you put the the sexuality behind it, and having the liberation to pretty much have sex with any gender you want, it's no longer a beta male alpha male deal, because a beta male still has sex with females. An alpha male still has sex with females.
This has nothing to do with who you have sex with. This is your gender identity. It's got nothing to do with who you have sex with.
Who do you recognize?
What?
Who do you recognize as?
What do you mean, who do I recognize as?
Like, what gender do you recognize as?
I'm a man.
You're a man.
Yes.
Why are you a man? Why do you recognize as a man?
Because I have an innate sense of self that identifies to man in the social schemas that I've picked up of males.
Okay, so you said in an innate, and when you say things like innate, that's instilled in you at birth. When I was a kid, I had an innate feeling that I was a man, but there were things in my life that helped me reassure that I was a man. If I have a dick and two balls, I mean, I'm a man, you know?
Genitalia are not sex determining traits. Genitalia are not sex determinant traits.
That's ridiculous.
No, your genitalia
that's how the cycle of life continues. That's how you're born. I mean, that's the game of life. That's like playing a video game, but there's no objective.
No,
you're just here to do whatever the hell you want to do. It's a free-roaming game, right?
Your genitals don't determine the sex you will be. Your chromosomes do. Your genitals are byproduct of the sex, or a byproduct of the sex determinant trait, which is your chromosomes.
Right, but once you get into the world, the physical world, you either have one or you don't. Am I right or wrong?
What does that matter?
When you actually get out of the cell and the microorganism aspect of it, and you put it into the realm of real life, a physical human being breathing with lungs and three genitals. You know what I mean? When you actually get out of the cell argument and you get into an actual baby out here walking around in the world, they do have genitals at this point, and I never said that people.
I never
what
said
I am.
No, that's not what I said. I said your genitals are not sex determinant traits. They are byproducts of the sex determinant trait, which is your chromosomes.
Yeah, but specifically in men,
penises are a byproduct of an expressed SRY gene. You won't have a penis if you don't have an expressed SRY gene, whether you are a male or not. Without an expressed SRY gene, you don't have a penis.
Is there any case? Tell me this: is there any case of anybody being born with no genitalia?
Yes,
all.
This would be people who have like penile or vaginal agenesis. Yes.
They don't have anything to determine their sex. No uterus.
They don't have genitalia.
No testicles. They don't have anything. When you look down in an X-ray, all you see is
penile agenesis can still result in you having testicles. Testicles are different than a.
But hold on. What I'm saying is the organs. Now we're talking about the organs. I don't care if they work or not. I'm just saying, has there ever been a case where someone was born without any reproductive organs
No,
at
hold on.
all?
So reproductive organs would now be different than genitalia. Your reproductive organs are a different thing, but yes, vaginal agenesis can result in the absence of reproductive organs. Period. So no uterus, no vagina, no vaginal canal. These things you don't have.
Can you prove that?
What do you mean? Can I prove a medical condition?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you're a doctor or anything like that, but I've never heard of a
I
case
can
where
read
someone was
you. I
born
can
without
read
any
you.
genitalia.
I can read you the like disorder. Like I can read you like the medical disorder. Vaginal agenesis is a disorder in
I
which the
understand.
vagina doesn't develop and the womb may only develop partially or not. The womb slash uterus may only develop partially or not at all. I can give you a case report. So I have a case report of vaginal agenesis, an atypical cause of primary amenorrhea, a case report of rare vaginal agenesis. Hello. Okay. What the fuck?